Good morning, happy weekend. So I am here in my plant room today and I figured for today's video I could do some repotting that needs to get done. I have a few plants that definitely could use a repot and I might grab a Hoya out there or two and just repot them in here really quick. I have a lot of repotting that's on my list, so much, but a lot of them are bigger projects. And I don't want to do a lot of those bigger projects today because I have a lot of plant care watering to do later. So I figured I could grab some more easier repots to do with you. I wasn't going to film this weekend to give myself a little bit of a break because I have so much to do. But I just realized I probably won't be able to get a chance to film again until probably midweek next week. And I didn't want over a week lapse in a video on my channel. So I am going to grab some plants to repot. And I wanted to give you another update too on a plant that I'm excited about. One of my props that I kept back, one of my corms. It's another one of my Regal elbow shields babies. Look at that root system. This is strictly my propagation mix, so it's mostly tree fern, perlite, coco coir, and there's some worm castings, charcoal, and then I added some myco. And so alocasias really, truly, honestly love tree fern and perlite. I can't say enough good things about it. It's honestly making me second guess some of the ones that I put into semi-hydro. I love semi-hydro, don't get me wrong. I'm always going to pot in semi-hydro. And again, I'm moving some of my other plants to semi-hydro. I don't know, I guess I'm just going back and forth with it, seeing the root system on this. But anyway, this is one of my Regal elbow shields, and that's the newest leaf that came out. Oh, she's so pretty. So the first leaf was very promising right here, and I'm like, okay, let me keep it and see what it's gonna do. And then it spit out like pretty much all green, and then another like all green. So I'm like, oh, it's probably reverted, and then this is the newest one. These guys I feel like are so prone to reversion. It is crazy how unstable the variegation is on these unless you get unless you have like a really good plant genetically. This is the original mother plant. She's doing fine since half of her root system was rotted. This all white leaf is crisping though. And I do need to water, like I said, later today. The pond is pretty dry on top. I might add some water in here, but I just wanted to give the roots a little oxygen, some breathing room. But I'm very interested to see the future leaves on this one. Okay, the first little plant that I want to upsize is this variegated silver sword. This is a propagation that I kept back because I chopped my mother plant all the way back. And I do have a couple wet sticks that are sprouting, but this is in a very tiny pot and it dries out. This is probably completely dry because I last watered in here, I think 6 days ago, because I watered Sunday morning and it's Saturday today. So yeah, I want to go ahead and upsize this one. I'm going to grow this out again and then I'll probably chop it back. This is the original propagated leaf here. It has a little bit of browning. I find these guys brown a little bit more often. And then, yeah, all the new growth that has come in is very, very pretty. I love the minty tones on this one. I feel like I don't see variegated silver sword that often anymore, or if people still really like this plant. Someone bought my top cut that I listed and they said it's doing so well. So I love hearing updates on plants that you guys have purchased from me. But I love the tones on this one. So yeah, I want to gently upsize this and I figured we could go ahead and do that really quick. And I definitely have 2 more that I need to repot, and I might throw a 4th or 5th one in depending on how long this takes. I would like this video to be no more than 40 minutes to try and keep it an easy one to edit, because when I do these long videos, sometimes I am in the editing chair for a while. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bend you down here. All right, I hope you can see okay here. I have my soil mix, and then I'm trying to decide if I should do a 4-inch or a 5-inch. This is a 3-inch. I don't really like to size up to a 5-inch because it's a big jump. Yeah, let's stick to a 4-inch. We'll do a tiny increase. And I'm gonna add a acrylic stake for support. It's kind of gloomy out. I was looking to see if it was gonna rain. And then there's that hurricane out in the Atlantic that I'm keeping an eye on. I don't like hurricane season. I feel like I'm always checking the weather and like, okay, which way is it going? Is it going to affect packages going out? All right, let's gently unpot. Honestly, not a significant root system yet, but it's just a tiny pot, and in this hot room, it dries out so much. I'm actually thinking about making an updated aeroid mix that is a tiny bit more moisture retentive so that it doesn't dry as much. Because I feel like for certain plants, I wouldn't like them to dry out as much, but specifically for plants in here in my plant room where it is much warmer, I feel like they're just drying out so quickly before I can actually come in here and water. Even watering once a week over summer sometimes just isn't enough. It's another reason why I'm looking forward to fall so that the temps can cool down and I can get a little bit of a breather. I'm like, even though the plants grow a bit slower over winter, I'm excited for the cool down at least. I'm like, I don't have to water as much. Summer for me is when I start to feel like burnt out with plant care. Plants grow so fast, they dry so fast, you're doing so much repotting, and I repot year round. I am always repotting, like whenever a plant needs it. I feel like over the summer, I get so busy with doing plant care and watering that repotting gets put on the back burner. So winter, I feel like I can kind of catch up with repotting because I'm not watering as much. I'm still watering a lot, but they can go longer without drying out as quickly, you know? So I am excited for it to cool down. So yeah, I might play around with a different mix and see how it goes. I'm gonna slide this stake down in here and use a little piece of Velcro. I recently put mites out again. I haven't rinsed my plants off in a good bit. I probably should have rinsed them first before I put them out, but I wanted to go ahead and get them ordered. I ordered Californicus. My Michelitziana will not stop getting spider mites. I'm tempted to just cut all of her leaves off so that they'll go away. I don't know what it is with that plant and spider mites. So now I'm like, I don't want to rinse my plants off because I put mites out, so I'm gonna have to wait a few weeks. But I really want to give an overhaul in here. I feel like everybody needs like rinsed off. I need to flush again, which is very time consuming, but I need to flush soon because I feel like it's been a good 5 going on 6 weeks now. I really try to do it at the end of the month or beginning of the month, and it's like mid-August, so I'm definitely behind. I'm gonna go ahead and water through really well because she needs it. I actually might take some of the bigger ones to the shower because I really need to hose them off, like my big monstera elbow. My El Choco needs a good rinse, like some of these ones that haven't been rinsed in a good while. I try to like spray them, like I said, occasionally, but sometimes it's good to just actually get them into the shower. Oh, that's much better, a lot more sturdy. And then she'll be able to stay in the same little pot. This is so cute. I got this from Ace Hardware. I found this one there and I love the print on it. It's so pretty. She's so cute, right? I love her. Oh, also another update. I don't think I told you guys, but I mentioned it on my Instagram. The DIY pest spray I was trying, I'm no longer going to use anymore because I think I oversprayed and caused burning on some foliage. I was spraying my Michelitziana with it because of the spider mites, and I sprayed like the following week again because they were still showing up, and then I sprayed again, and I think I just overused it because I like doused her, and so a lot of the foliage burnt, and so I cut a lot of the ugly leaves away. She's definitely still burning on some leaves. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to not use it anymore. I just wanted to try it out just to see if it was effective, and knowing how much I doused her with it and they still showed up tells me that it's not really working unless I diluted it too much. But then why did it burn unless I did it too frequently? I don't know. So I'm just gonna go back to my regular Castile soap and dilute that. That's what I was using before. I also rotted my begonia, the white ice here. This is a propagation. I don't know what happened. So I put her in semi-hydro and she just completely rotted. I don't know what the heck I did. Oh shit, spilling water. So this is a propagation that is growing. You can see there's new growth coming in. So this one is in my tree fern perlite mix, not my aeroid mix. I don't like using my aeroid mix for thinner rooted plants because it is so chunky. So this one is a bit more moisture retentive, and so far it really seems to like it. I'm getting some new growth, so I'm happy that this one is growing. Next up, I want to repot. Let me move this for a second. I'm using this shelf in front of me as a table. I have stuff everywhere. Next up, I've been wanting to repot these so bad. They're so cute. I love these plants so much. So this is my variegated Thanksgiving cactus. It is called, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. That's the name. And I got this one as a small like starter plant, and it's grown so much. I got this on Etsy. I don't even know if it's been a year, you guys. And ever since I moved it into my plant room, it seriously loves it in here. It is growing so quickly, and the variegation is stunning. Oh, I can't wait for blooms. I just can't get over how beautiful it is. Look at all the white. I might prop it eventually here, but it's so pretty. I love it. But it's in a tiny 3-inch pot and it's drying out pretty quickly. I'm watering this every week. So I would like to upsize this into a 4-inch, as well as the Christmas one. Look at this one too. I love these plants. They're just so easygoing. Same situation. I feel like a 4-inch will be good enough to last hopefully until this time next year, unless it just grows crazy quickly over winter. I like this one too because, again, of the variegation. It's so pretty. But look how cute. I love like the little new growth, how it comes in super pink. So that's the difference between the Christmas cactus and the Thanksgiving cactus. I feel like these guys are just different from my normal plants, you know? I'm so used to all these big plants that I really appreciate when I have cute plants like this. It's just different than what I'm used to, and I love them. Ooh. They should hopefully be able to stay in their same pots. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a tight fit, but I like these face pots too that they're in. They're so cute. These will be easy. I moved my regular Thanksgiving cactus to the bedroom, so I'm gonna see how it likes that spot in there. Mine seemed to bloom for me around, I think it was around springtime. I think it let a couple blooms out over the holiday season, but then it quit and then it bloomed all at once, maybe around March or April. I can't remember, I'll have to look back. But it had pink flowers, so I don't know what kind of flowers these guys have. I'm very curious. I do have them under Barina lights, the strip lights. There's just one 10 watt that they're under right now, so they're definitely growing a lot. And it's only on for 12 hours, so they do get a period of like total darkness. So I'll have to see come winter how they do. I don't know if they prefer like cooler temps because it doesn't really get that cool in here. Over winter it does, but like during summer it's pretty warm. So I don't know if this environment is good for blooming for them. So I'll have to see. right, that one will water. Oh, you know what? I wanted to use some Myco in there. I need to order more. I really like this Myco. Sprinkle a little bit on top and it'll water in. Okay, and lift this guy out. Ah, don't break. There we go. Give these guys a good drink. Oops. Don't want to lose the tag. Sticks out a little bit, but that's okay. Look at his little hair. So cute, right? And this one will go here. Okay, there's both of those. All nice and upsized, so they're good for a little bit. Okay, next up, I went ahead and brought this Hoya in here because I have been meaning to repot this one. It's still in the original mix that I bought it in. So this one here is the inner variegated, the Hoya Bella. And yeah, that's the name. And so because it's in a tiny pot, it keeps drying out very quickly. And I feel like these are pretty thirsty on the Hoya side. And I have a peduncle, look. So this technically hasn't opened yet. Like I haven't seen the blooms yet physically, but there's a nice little peduncle coming in. And she had probably like, I would say 4 to 5 peduncles, but they kind of yellowed and fell off. And I think it's because I keep underwatering her because again, she is in this tiny little pot. Now I did water her yesterday, so this is hydrated. So I feel like it's a good time to go ahead and upsize her. And I can't wait to see the blooms. I have this one and I have the outer variegated, which this one I feel like is growing much faster. And I've cut this one back several times. Here, in so many spots, I've cut her and she like reshoots. And so she's looking a little crazy. And so I figured I hate to do a 5-inch, but I'm wondering if I go ahead and put her in here, she could stay in here a while because she is on the more thirsty side. But I'm wondering if that's too big of an upsize. And then this is the trellis that came. So I'm thinking I might switch it to an acrylic one like that. Let me just dump her and see what's going on and then we can decide from there. She does look pretty trailing off like that. These little ends that when you cut on Hoyas, you know how they leave that little woody piece? When you cut them, there's like a tiny little section that dries off. I don't know why it bugs me so much, but I have to like cut it again because I hate the woody part. I like have to chop it all the way back if I can. Although these scissors aren't really going to work that well. Another one. You get chopped. And we're gonna chop here. You get chopped. Is that it? Okay, I think that was it. Yeah, I think a 5-inch is going to be too big. I mean, she's rooted, but I think just plopping in here. Yeah, that's too big. I don't want to go up that big, just in case. Sprinkle some mica. Oh, there's another woody piece down here. I would like to fill her out, so maybe I'll add some props next time she needs a repot or something, because it looks like there's 2 main vines, but I would like to add in a couple strands to make her more full. I think she's done, so I'm gonna leave her looking a little crazy. I am very tempted to cut this one, but it's the one with the peduncle. So once it blooms, if it doesn't blast, and I can see the blooms, then I might chop it back to here to kind of even the vines out, because I do feel like this is the longest one. I think this one's my favorite though. I really like the green on green. I think it's really vibrant, the coloring. Oh, she's so pretty. I love her. Hi guys, it's the next day. It's about noon. I have one more project to do really quick. It should be pretty easy. And I'm gonna get started with my prep because I'm gonna be busy with that for the next couple of days. So I don't even know where to begin. I had turned the camera off after I got done filming yesterday, and I was going to like switch to the pond, work with a couple pond plants and put my soil stuff away. So I was doing that, and then I noticed it started to get really dark and I heard a thunderstorm coming, and I'm like, you know what, why don't we let the thunderstorm pass, then I can turn the camera back on and film. I'm like, why don't I go ahead and get some watering done? And I was like in my plant room closet putting my soil and stuff back, and I look and I see ants, you guys. I like, in that moment, I just like broke down. I felt so defeated. They were crawling back into my Florida Beauty, and I guess I just didn't really spray in my closet because I had so much crap in there, and they were that's where they had found a crack to come in. And so not only did I have to water my plant room, I was like, great, now I'm gonna have to clean my closet, spray in here really good, deal with that issue. And I just was like so down after that, and I just went crazy. I'll pot and talk at the same time. Hold on, we'll continue. Let me show you what we're working with. So this is my monstera Thai constellation. Look at that root system. So I had chopped my monstera Thai because I did a top cut in a video because I was going to transfer it to semi-hydro, and I just took the cutting and plopped it in here in hopes that it would start rooting, but no, that didn't happen. It didn't root, it started rotting. So I took it out and cut the rot off, and I thought this was a goner. Like, I really honestly did. I didn't think I was gonna make it. And the end still looks a little questionable, but I think it's fine. It's rooting. So I'm gonna pot it back into pond. Good thing it's a top cut, so like the new leaf will come out of here, you know, but that's looking a little iffy. Maybe I should do a spritz of hydrogen peroxide, should I? I might go do that actually before I pot it. But I feel like it has enough healthy root system that I can go ahead and plant it back in pond. This is the same setup that I had it in. This is the same pond, pole and everything. It wasn't rooting, so I literally just lifted it right out of here, and I've been trying to root it in just water. I think it started rotting because I was not changing the water frequently enough, and bacteria built up and was eating away at the stem. But yeah, let's just say that I started like flushing some pond plants, and I noticed Mycoliziana. So I had just ordered more beneficials and released them a few days ago. I should have waited until I could rinse my plants again, but Michelitziana had spider mites still, and I'm just like, these mites, beneficials, are not going to take care of this problem because there's too many on her. So I'm like, I really need to rinse her off. So I like was moving plants out of the way, trying to get her out without like spreading spider mites everywhere. Took her to the shower, hosed her off. I did a pesticide treatment, which I haven't used in forever because they're being super stubborn. They're just not going away. And so I'll see how that goes, and I'll reassess in a week. And then I don't know what came over me. I think it was just the ants and dealing with that situation. But I'm like, you know what? I started seeing things like when my mind gets focused on something, like there's no stopping me. Like I have to do it. So needless to say, I was up until 5 a.m. this morning, cleaning my plant room, flushing pond, rinsing plants to the shower, potting up some plants, props that I had. I was taking some plants out of pond. I just went nuts. I was like, I don't know what came over me, but honestly, I'm glad that I did that and that happened because I've been meaning to give my plant room another like clean, and the plants are all rinsed off. Everyone's been flushed. I feel good about that. I'm just gonna do it just as a precaution. Just a little bit. We'll let this sit for maybe like 5-10 minutes and then we'll pot her out. Okay, I need to scoop some of this pond out of here so I can plant her. Oh, there's a rotted root in there. This isn't good. There's like rotting debris in here. Oh, maybe I should dump all this out. I guess I didn't realize I had this sitting like in my plant room on the floor in there. Okay, let me dump more of this out. Maybe I should sanitize this pond. Ew. I don't want to start this monstera off on the wrong foot. What I'm going to do, I have a strainer. I'm going to dump this pond in a strainer, rinse it really good. I might let it sit in hydrogen peroxide for like 10 minutes just to kill off anything. And I'll come back on and we'll pot her up. I'm going to wash this too, just to be safe. Okay. I am back with my pond all sanitized. That took forever because I didn't have my normal strainer because it's dirty in the bathroom. I have so much crap to wash out. My plant room is clean, but the bathroom is not. So yeah, that was fun trying to strain this without dumping pond everywhere. Sometimes I think it's going to be an easy project and it's not. You would think potting up a plant would be simple. Let's see, I'm gonna make this up a little bit higher so that this bottom part isn't in the pond. All right, let me dump pond in here. I think there's still water at the bottom of this container. I'm trying to see how high I should set it up. This is a very big pot for this too. I'm wondering if I should have sized down. Okay, it's probably like a good halfway filled with pond. I'm just gonna sit it on the surface and we'll do this like right there. If I tie the patio here, the new leaf could get stuck, so I might just plant it in here and then this will be here for when I need it. I'm just setting it right on top here. since the pond is already wet, I'm not going to add any nutrients or anything for probably a few days. I'm going to just let it adjust, and then I will add in a little bit of nutrients. Although I feel like I'm gonna need something because she's gonna fall right out. She doesn't have any roots to like support herself in here. I might have to loosely anchor her onto the pole, just use string so that this new leaf, when it emerges, doesn't get stuck. Okay, I'm not gonna fill it all the way to the top just because I don't want to bury this. I already feel like I kind of got it down far. Let me find a piece of string and we'll wrap her loosely to this. I have no idea where I got this. I have a container of like string and ribbon and stuff, and I misplaced my other string, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. And loosely secure her. She wants to tilt this away. I might do another piece up top here. Oh. I feel like I should catch it though before a new leaf comes out. I think I'm gonna leave it. I will tighten those once she roots up in here. All right, there is our cutting, our top cutting. I will find room for her. I'll probably put her on the floor beside the other monstera albo Michelitziana area. I'll just leave her in front of her grow light and she should root up in here just fine. Like I said, I'm not going to add water or anything for a few days. I'm just gonna let her adjust. I don't want it to go completely dry, but I'll probably check, if not tomorrow, then the day after, just to see how the pond is drying out, because it's so hot in my plant room, you know, so everything dries pretty quickly. So I'll keep an eye on it here. Thank you for joining me in this little repotting adventure. I don't even know what this was. I'm gonna go get some stuff done here and start my order prep, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed early tonight and get some sleep because tomorrow is a 6:30 or probably 6 a.m. wake up call because I have a lot to pack up. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I will chat with you later this week.